Ooh, all right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It's time for another 10-minute tips with Connor Rhodes from slimsociety.co.uk, and that means I'm here to help you. I'm here to make your life easier once again. Today we're talking about weight loss. We're talking about your actual body weight coming down on the scale. A lot of people have this as one of their goals, maybe even their primary goal. A lot of people take it seriously. They're checking their body weight all the time and they're wanting it to go down as fast or as much as possible. This might be you, or this might have been you, or this is at least probably part of your goals, especially if you're checking out this video. What we're going to talk about today, though, is how the story actually goes, how the game is actually played, what the rules are, and how to win. Today we're talking about expectations versus reality. This is what you want, this is what you get. This is what you might expect, this is what you might prefer, this is what people might expect of you. This is what's actually real. This is what's actually going to happen to you. And you need to accept this. If you expect this, you'll frustrate yourself until you fail. Or other people who might expect this of you will frustrate you until you fail. So what do I mean by this expectation? See this red line? It's pretty much straight down, isn't it? I've not drawn it deadly straight on purpose. I didn't use a ruler. I've slightly squiggled it because maybe you're not thinking picture perfect. But most people, most of the time, maybe you, but not after this, expect that when you start a diet that you're going to check your body weight. How often? Is it once a week? I wonder where you've got that idea from, because it's not the best idea, I'll tell you straight for a start. But you think you're going to check your body weight once a week, don't you? Give me a thumbs up if that's true. You know it is. And what do you expect or hope for when you check your weight every single week? You want it to have gone down, don't you? You're like, I'm going to eat healthy, I'm going to check my weight once per week, and it's going to have gone down. No, it's not. Not every single week. No, it's not. If you expect this, you'll frustrate yourself until you fail, because even if you eat perfectly, listen to me now, even if you eat perfectly, even if you have a calorie deficit every day, or you follow the exact meal plan, or the rule book, or the Skinny Watcher's guide, you know, whatever you do, even if you follow it to a T, your weight is not going to come down, not every single day, not every single week. There are very few people in the world whose weight, even despite a constant calorie deficit, comes down every single week. And I know, look, we know where all this comes from, don't we? We know where all this comes from. It's Slimming World, isn't it? They weigh you every single week. Do you know Slimming World have got 1 million active clients right now? 1 million active clients right now in the UK. Do you know? We haven't even got that many million people. Do you know what proportion of this country have been to Slimming World? It's decent. You know, it's decent. And what do? They weigh you once a week, don't they? Hey, you Slimming Club, they weigh you once a week. Like, this is a good idea. And what do they say? They expect that your weight's going to go down every single week. They actually ask you, how much weight do you plan to lose next week? Like you're Mystic Meg. And you can predict what your body's going to do, or how hungry you're going to be, or what foods you're going to eat. Are we kidding? They're not kidding, but it's goddamn ridiculous. It's literally, it makes no sense to even look at things this way. So we're going to weigh you once a week. Poor idea for a start. Different topic of conversation though. And then we're going to expect it to have gone down every week. That is not, literally, let me just tell you, that is not how the human body works. Even despite, literally, I'm going to say it again, despite a constant calorie deficit or a perfect eating plan, or whatever you want to call it, your weight's not going to come down every single week. It's going to do this. See, this is coming down on average. I hope you can see that. It's going down. Let's say this bottom line is your target weight. So you start up here and you're ending up down here, bobbing around down the target weight. See, the weight zigzags though. And you'll see if you look carefully that it goes down quicker at the start and then sort of peters and steadies a little bit slower towards the end. That's also normal. The more weight you've got to lose, the quicker you can lose the weight. Even in some ways, not always, it's easier to lose more weight faster the more weight you've got to lose. Not in all ways, but in some ways. So most people's weight loss graphs start with a big drop at the start, and then they'll start to peter out and steady down. And this is actually a good thing anyway, but that's another different topic of conversation about how that helps long-term weight maintenance and keeping the weight off at the end. But anyway, and you'll see that it's ziggy-zaggying all the time. That is normal. Do you know why this is? For a start, you know when you step on the scale, you're not checking how much body fat you've got. I know. You just need to take this in for a second. You know, you might say, I'm fat. No, you're not. You are not fat. You have fat. This is a different thing. You are not body fat, are you? You're actually a load of different stuff. You've got bones, muscles, thoughts, feelings, don't you? You're not fat. You just have some fat. Do you know that for most people, the majority of your body is not body fat? So you know when most people are water. You're mostly water for a start. Humans are like 60 to 80% water, depending. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. Humans are like majority a bag of salt solution. I'm not even kidding. You know when you step on the scale, that's not checking how much body fat you've got. It's checking how much everything you've got, and you've got a whole lot of different stuff. Okay. And you know when you step on the scale, do you know whether it's up or down? That is not only affected by what you've eaten or how much body fat you've got. Let's talk about some different ones for a start. I'll just switch pen. If you're a lady, for a start, you've got hormones that go like this. I'm going to get another different pen just to illustrate this for you. The other one would go like this. That's gone decently well there. Look at that. You've got estrogen, and I'll write, this is hormones, so you don't forget. This is hormones. Estrogen and progesterone going up and down. And do you know what these are related to? Water retention and weight and other things. Hunger levels, metabolism, all kinds of stuff. So your metabolism's changing through the month, your hunger levels change through the month, your water retention changes through the month. Ladies know, you'll know if this is you, if you get bloated just before or around menstruation. You'll know, won't you? Some ladies' weight bumps up 3, 4, 5, 6 pounds, and then it'll stay there for like 3, 4, 5 days, and then it'll just drop back down every single month. So how are we expecting this when for a start, even before we've started, if we only take into account hormones, the way it's going to do this, isn't it? Even if we only take into account hormones, and that's not the only other thing affecting it. What about food? I'm going to run out of space here. I'm going to put vol/comp. Point number 2, let's not pretend you eat perfect. Do you expect to eat perfectly? If you or your nutritionist, dietitian, Slimming World, Rep Club, whoever, expects you to eat perfect, or you expect yourself to eat perfect, this is ridiculous. We're living in idealistic land, aren't we? Not realism. We're living in a realistic world, are we? We're not living in reality. You're not going to eat perfect. Some days you're going to eat more than others. Some days your food volume is going to change. Even if your calorie intake's the same, the amount of stuff you've actually eaten will change. Your food composition will change. Like how much protein and carbs and the variation between these things, this affects your water retention too. Salts affects it. The actual types of foods that you eat, some of them bloat you, some of them don't they? That also affects your body weight, doesn't it? Also exercise, how much you've walked, how much you've slept. You know, all these things change every single day, and all these things, what temperature it is, the humidity, I'm not even kidding. All these things change every single day. Also, yes, your body weight's coming down as body fat loss as a part of that. But what if some of these variables are going up while the body fat's coming down? Do you think that can happen? Do you think that's real? Because it is. You can be bloated from your period while you're in a calorie deficit, can't you? You can have eaten the wrong thing and be bloated from food while you've actually not eaten that much. Can't you? You know you can. So your weight can go up while your body fat's going down. This is a real thing. Sometimes it will do. So some of these spikes are because you didn't eat perfectly. Some of them are because your hormones each month spiking it up and then coming back down. Some of it's different changes in food volume. Some of it's different changes in food composition. Sometimes you get ill and then that either dehydrates you or bumps your weight up depending on what your immune system's doing. Sometimes you've not slept well, sometimes you eat more carbs than other days, sometimes you've exercised and that bumps it up temporarily and then you get another weight drop from that. Sometimes you're dehydrated and that shoots it down. You know. But what we're really looking for is this. Look, if I draw a rough average trend line through that, that's what we're looking for. You need to view your results over time. Don't weigh yourself once per week and expect it to go down every single time. I'm bringing this round to a summary now on the 10-minute tips because I can see I've got 1 minute, 10 seconds left. You need to look at the average trend of your weight loss. You've got to understand that all these things will change, including you and your motivation and your hunger levels and your actual food intake, and it's not going to go perfectly, but just try your best. Over time, though, we'll be looking for which way the weight goes down. You need to view this average trend to get the actual picture of your results. Even here at the end, you won't eat perfectly. You're not just going to become nutritional Jesus. Sometimes it'll be the weekend and then it's Monday and you think, okay, I'll eat well, and the weight goes down a bit, and then it's your birthday and then it's not, and then it's the bank holiday and then it's not, and then you go on holiday and then you eat well, and then it's Christmas and then you eat well, and it goes up and down and up and down and up and down, but hopefully you manage to hover it around roughly the same area. If you're losing weight, it'll go up and down as well, but hopefully you're managing to drive it down on average. Even if you were gaining weight, it wouldn't go up every time you weighed. Sometimes it'd go down, but sometimes it'd go up, but most times it'd go up, and that's why it'd be going down on average. So when you're weighing yourself on a fat loss diet, don't expect it to go down every time, just expect it to go down or hope for it to go down most times, otherwise you need to change the plan. Thank you so much. Don't go for expectations, it won't come down every time. Go for reality, manage your weight on average. Thank you so much. Connor Rhodes from salonsociety.co.uk. Speak to you and I'll see you again soon.